We, until we're pretty well along, 12, 13, 14, are utterly dependent on our parents and on our society. So a psychology of dependency is developed. A psychology of submission, asking for approval, expecting reproof, and all this sort of thing. But how are we going to break out of that psychological bondage into self-responsible authority, courage for what our thoughts are on our life? This is the problem of killing the infantile ego, which is one of dependency, and coming into the mature ego of authority.
At the start of this academic year, I had a good idea of what I had to improve on. I had a good grasp, I thought, on the creative, romantic side of music, but I needed to improve on the other side, the structure, the discipline, a steel backbone that could control and maximize and harness the creative potential I knew was present within me. One process that is connected to this, and really anything that I've said on this channel, is from moving to a lower state of being to a higher state of being. This is essentially from amateur to pro, in the words of Steven Pressfield, but now that I'm reading King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, it is moving from a state of immature boy psychology to fully integrated man psychology.
I think you're a little bit insecure in a way, right? But I think you worry about a person's image of you, of how kind of knowledge you are and stuff, right?
Or how I come across as intelligent.
Yeah, intellectually speaking. So then I like it because I like the music and stuff.
Right.
But I think you just encrypt things too much.
The book outlines the 4 Jungian masculine archetypes: the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. In essence, in each fully integrated, mature man, all 4 of these archetypes are present. The 2 that I found the most interesting in relation to myself were the king and the lover. I got the sense that the king is the overarching one, the one that looks over his kingdom and ensures the flourishing of the remaining 3. He is the one that establishes discipline and structure. In other words, the ability to say no, to be discriminating in his choices. The lover, however, is sensual, is sensitive, makes you appreciative of all that life has to give. It is responsible for artistic impulses and spontaneous feelings.
I think by trying to say what you actually mean, sometimes you make it worse because you try and make it sound so smart that it does the opposite of what you actually want to do, right? And sometimes you just need to simplify things.
If the underlying archetype of the king is weak, is not present, is underdeveloped, just hasn't been paid enough attention, the archetypes of the magician, the warrior, and the lover, they wither as well. Consider the characteristics of the lover again. It is about the sensations of life. If that isn't tempered by a backbone, it's like a cup that keeps filling and filling and filling. How wonderful. And then it overflows. The lover becomes so enamored with feelings. Oh wow, how wonderful this life is, this feeling, this emotion, this sentience. Fantastic.
It's like, you read a lot, you look at a lot of philosophy,
yes,
a lot of this kind of sphere of things, right? And I feel like it's all kind of like condensed, and so you kind of don't know what to do with it. It's like you've got so much here, and it just needs to kind of pass. There's like a blockage, right? So you've got so much things stored that you just want to. That's how you view things. If that makes sense. But you haven't you still need to get to the point where you kind of go past that stuff, right? So you've intellectualized it so much that you don't need to do that anymore.
And so I suppose in my approach to music college in the first place, thinking I need some kind of practical backbone, a steel skeletal structure. Unbeknownst to me, what I was trying to do was develop this king archetype, develop this part of myself that understands that I have a kingdom within my control, And if I do not set boundaries and appropriate walls and say no and understand my own limits and have that humility, if I don't do that, then I would be simply making steps towards my own destruction.
I want to be like them. I want to sort of sound as intellectual as them.
Yeah, and who wouldn't, right?
Right.
Because they know loads of good words.
Yeah.
They know loads of theories.
Right,
and
articulate.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, people talking about meta-narratives and stuff and like postmodernism and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
not everything in life is a theory.
Ouch. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I think my main problem has been that I've been so eager to prove to everyone that I'm so intellectual, that I'm so clever, that I'm better than everyone. The fact that I've been so willing to theorize and entertain all of these different concepts, ideas, theories, paradoxes, is because I don't want to face what I truly ought to face. I don't want to suffer. And that probably is at the crux of my immaturity. When someone says life is suffering and you must accept this in order to attain a higher meaning in your life, I am not willing to first accept that precondition.
It's just you the main issue
Okay.
is you worry too much.